For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Daniel Hassel is suing Scott Happy in the amount of $1,200. Mr. Hassel claims he was rushed to the emergency room due to his friend's overly competitive behavior in a snowball fight, and says his eye was injured as a result.
Okay, gentlemen, I understand you are both athletes, right? Hockey players?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how long have you guys been playing hockey?
A couple of years, since high school.
Yeah, we played together since about sophomore year of high school.
Okay. And are you guys in college now or graduated?
Yeah, we go to the same CCU together.
Okay. Same community college. Were you guys always athletes?
Yeah, pretty much
Always?
whole lives, yeah.
Okay. All right. So then you're here, though, Mr. Hassel, suing your friend, Mr. Happy, for $1,200 because you said he injured your eye. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I am suing my friend Scott for medical injuries. You know, I had a cornea abrasion on my eye, and I have to pay $1,200 myself. So.
From the emergency room, the out-of-pocket?
Correct.
Okay. So what happened? Tell me, how did he injure you?
So he came over my house one night. It snowed in San Bernardino, which doesn't happen that often. So
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, so we went to play in the snow, make some snow angels. We started having fun, but then once we started our snowball fight, that's when things got out of line. Now Scott, he always is competitive. He takes things too far, but with the snow specifically, he started hurting me. He would throw chunks of ice, and when I told him to stop, he wouldn't stop. And then one chunk hit me right in the eye. So
was it just snow that you guys were using, or did you guys grab like grass, you know, when you're playing snowball with each other, snowball fights?
It was mostly snow, but there were some frozen chunks of ice along that grass
too. So it was hailing too. Okay, I got it. All right. So then how long were you guys playing?
About an hour.
Okay, that was a long time.
Yeah.
All right. How old are you guys?
20, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, fine. It's good to be a kid. So you told him to stop, and he didn't stop. What did he do after you told him to stop?
He kept throwing it, if not faster and harder. The part that really sunk in was when, you know, I fell down. I told him to stop, and he threw one. It felt like ice hit my eye.
Yeah, you said that he kind of stood over you, and kind of when you told him to stop, he just he was over you, and just that's the one that you think hit you.
I don't really think that's what happened. The second that I saw that he was being serious about his injury, I stopped. I wasn't attempting to inflict injury on my friend.
You know, he kept on throwing it.
I would never try to do that on purpose.
How many times did he say stop until you actually stopped? Do you remember?
Many times, but he was laughing the entire time. I thought we were just, you know, having a snowball fight. Okay. I had the upper hand, and I was going in for the kill, and I thought he was going to jump up and start firing back also, and you know, when I realized.
Were you over him, and then you threw it straight at him?
Maybe 5 feet away, you know. But yes, he was down, and I was still throwing. I was, like I said, I was going in for the kill shot, but it was. It was just a game. We were laughing and having a good time. Okay,
well, I mean, that's why we're trying to figure out, was this just an accident, a freak accident, or was it a little bit more than that? Was it a little bit negligent, unreasonable for you to do? That's what we're trying to figure out. All right, so then you said that at that moment when he threw the last snowball and you had told him to stop, that's when you felt your face, your eye particularly being very irritated. And what happened after that?
So I was in a bad mood because I told him to stop, so he went home. But the pain didn't go away. I thought it was going to be something small, right? You know, we deal with this a lot. But
what do you mean you deal with it a lot?
You know, in sports, right? You hurt yourself, you can walk it off. So I thought it was another example like that.
But in sports, you kind of, the majority of the time, really know when somebody's faking it and not faking it, right? I mean, right?
This one definitely was real, definitely.
Right. And when I saw that it was real, I stopped.
All right, but you guys are experienced enough to know when somebody's actually really hurt.
Yeah.
Generally, the majority of the time. I come from a family that my husband, my daughter are complete athletes. I get it, right? All right. So we've had experience with this before.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right. So it started hurting more your eye, and then what did you do?
It was bloodshot red. I have a picture here too.
Okay. Go ahead and give Cinder that and any invoice that you have, the original invoice.
And then my mom told me I should get it checked out, so we went to the urgent care, and they found out it was a lot serious than a simple snowball fight.
Okay.
Coming up on Justice for All.
I messaged Scott, hey Scott, this was caused by you. I'm just letting you know I'm in the hospital. If you can cover at least half of the medical expenses, because I have to pay.
So you want him to cover at least $600?
At the time, correct.
And later,
she planted this idea in my mind that Alicia, wanted a big, grandiose gesture, when in fact, my ex-girlfriend, had been telling her that she actually wanted to break up with me.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Daniel Hassel, who is suing Scott Happy for medical expenses.
Yeah, it looks pretty red there.
Yeah.
A little bloodshot. And what did the ER say?
So I just had to get my eye flushed. I had a couple of bandages too. I couldn't see out of my right eye for a couple of days. I had to watch TV on this side, but I messaged Scott, hey Scott, this was caused by you. I'm just letting you know I'm in the hospital. If you can cover at least half of the medical expenses, because I have to pay.
So you want him to cover at least $600?
At the time, correct. Now Scott didn't want to do this, and my mom wasn't going to pay for this, so I had to pay all of this. It's owed.
Do you work while going to community college?
Correct. I work part-time in a restaurant.
Okay, so he refused to pay it, and what was his reasoning for that?
His reasoning, Your Honor, is because this was an accident. He says I'm being a wuss towards that, which, the medical statements show it was something serious, but...
Danny knows that I don't come from a great financial situation. That's why I lean so hard on sports, is for, what might come with that. Maybe that's how I get into college, because it's not going to be the grades.
But Scott, you always push it too far.
But that's part of the game. If you don't push until the end, you don't win.
But you don't
that's
see
the point of sports.
when you hurt someone. You foul in basketball, you hurt me. I don't mind when I'm on your team, but I don't like getting competitive with you because it always ends up with someone getting hurt.
Look, am I competitive? Yes. Do I intentionally try to hurt people? Of course not. No.
Why don't you tell me briefly what happened in your own words, aside from going in for the kill, which was very impactful when you said that. What were you guys doing? You playing out there for a couple hours, having fun?
Yeah, so like he said, I was staying the night at his parents' house, and it snowed, and it was more snow than I had ever seen, especially in San Bernardino. But we went out there, and there was enough snow to be doing, making snowmen and having, a legitimate snowball fight, and that's what we're doing. And things started getting more and more competitive, and if I realized that I was causing him real damage, I would have stopped.
But why being so competitive when you're just playing with a friend? I mean,
well, he was getting competitive too. It was
He's always like this, pushing this too far, even with girls. You just try to make fun of me in front of girls.
Don't bring that into this, man.
All right, yeah, let's not bring that into this.
Sally,
I'm just trying to understand. It seems to you, Mr. Happy, that you want to, that you were treating this like a game, like an actual basketball, hockey competition. If you see your friend say stop, 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 why don't you stop?
I
you said I was going in for the
clear.
kill, and I kind of didn't really pay attention to him because I thought he was going to just pop right up and then hit me. And from my impression was that you didn't want him to be the one to hit you first before you put him down. So this is just a playful game of snowball fight. It is not, more than that. So I'm just trying to measure at what time your aggressiveness can be measured. Because if you want to go to school, you want to go to college, obviously, and you need sports, you kind of have to understand that whole sportsmanship. So this is different than playing sports when you're just shoving him or, you know, fouling somebody. This is actually grabbing something and throwing it at him. So that's why I'm saying an accident is you tripped over him as you guys were playing basketball and you were so aggressive that you know, aggressive as any other athlete, but super aggressive, and something happened and he sprained his ankle. Well, sometimes that's the price of being an athlete, right? But this is a little more to me. I think that when he said to you, stop, and you go over him and you actually stand over him and throw the snowball, as Mr. Hassel explained, that is going over what we would expect a reasonable young person or any person to do. Okay? So I find that you did not act with the best duty of care when you were playing with a snowball fight. All right? Now, your friend is asking for $1,200. Under the law, I think he has a right to that. You did ask for at least half back. Is that offer still on the table?
No, Your Honor. Under
the law, Mr. Happy, I find that you acted careless in playing a snowball fight, and while you did not intend and on purpose maliciously to hurt your friend, you did it because you weren't careful enough, right? And you didn't act reasonably enough. So going for the overkill is not something you should live by every single day in every activity you do, okay? So based on the evidence, I will grant the plaintiff's claim in $1,200, and the defendant will have to reimburse you. And I just wish you guys good luck, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,200.
I'm sorry this had to come this way, but it really did hurt, and hopefully we can still be friends.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I think this is kind of BS. You know, I clearly did not mean to hurt you. I don't have the money to pay this. I don't think we can really be friends going forward.
Coming up on Justice for All.
So you wrote something down, you agreed to all of this, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, but based on a lie.
Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Caroline White is suing Chris Reyes in the amount of $3,000. Ms. White claims she organized an elaborate proposal for Mr. Reyes and says he refuses to pay the invoice after his girlfriend declined his marriage proposal.
Okay, Ms. White, I understand you're a party planner.
Yes, I am.
Okay, and you planned an amazing engagement party for the defendant, Mr. Reyes?
Yeah, I did.
Worth $3,000?
$6,000.
$6,000? Why are you only suing for $3,000?
Because he paid me the first $3,000 up front as a
Got
deposit.
it. Okay. Explain what happened. What was the agreement?
He wanted to propose to his now ex-girlfriend, who is my cousin. I helped him plan this event. I did everything perfectly. From the food to picking up his parents from the airport to helping with his outfit, the flowers, every detail was immaculate, and I helped him with this proposal.
Okay, what was the proposal going to be about, Mr. Reyes?
She told me that Alicia wanted a big, grand gesture. So she loves soccer, I love soccer. I thought to propose to her at an LA Galaxy soccer game.
Fun.
And she gave me all these ideas about how to put it in a box suite, put it on the Jumbotron, invite her family, my family, you know, have all my friends watching from home. It's a full stadium of 20,000 people. What could be more romantic, right?
Wow, that's pretty extravagant. So you fronted the bill for all of this, and he was supposed to pay you back.
Exactly.
Did you guys have a written contract for services?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Let me see.
Yes.
Let me see your evidence.
All the evidence is in there.
Thank you.
So you wrote something down, you agreed to all of this, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, but based on a lie.
Coming up.
She told me that she felt like he wasn't committed enough with her. She never said that she was going to break up. Technically, she just said, I don't feel like he wants to commit to me.
Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Caroline White, who is suing Chris Reyes for bad debt.
Why did you fail to pay the remaining $3,000 for her services and her out-of-pocket expenses?
Alicia started to pull away, and I didn't know what to do. You know, of course, I love her. I want to marry her. I want to be with her. And she was getting close to Caroline, her cousin. And so I called her and I asked, you know, you talked to her, you seem close to her. Like, what can I do? How can I win her back? And she planted this idea in my mind that Alicia, wanted a big, grandiose gesture, when in fact, my ex-girlfriend had been telling her that she actually wanted to break up with me.
Interesting. So Caroline said to you what? That Alicia needs a grand gesture. What did you mean by that?
Okay, so she's been confiding in with me how she's been feeling. She told me that she felt like he wasn't committed enough with her. She never said that she was gonna break up. Technically, she just said, I don't feel like he wants to commit to me. So I told her, hey, just think about it. Don't do anything crazy about it. So when he came to me for advice, I told him, hey, how about you do something for her, something big, like propose to her. Like, it's been 10 years, come on. Like, the girl, she wants more. We're in our 30s now. Like, she wants to get a family. She wants to be married.
And little did you know that's not what she wanted.
Exactly.
I called Caroline the next day, and I asked her, like, you said it was a sure thing. You said this was definitely going to happen. You said she wanted to get married. She wanted a proposal. And I eventually got to the truth, which was that Alicia wanted to break up with me and
Did you
was
know
thinking
that
about
Alicia
it.
wanted to break up with him?
She never said, I want to break up with him. Like I said, Your Honor, she admitted that she felt that he had commitment issues and she was feeling detached.
Okay, all right.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
She did everything you asked her to do. So why have you not paid her the remainder of the contract?
I haven't paid her because I believe I was defrauded out of that money.
How were you defrauded? You're the one who was dating your girlfriend for 10 years, not the plaintiff. I mean, you just popped the question because the plaintiff told you to do it, it seems like. But you still hired her to do a job, despite that the engagement went awry and your girlfriend said no to you. I feel horrible, but you still hired her to do a job. Despite the outcome of the engagement, you still have to pay her the rest of the money. You can't use the excuse that my girlfriend said no as a legal defense to say I'm not going to pay her the rest of the money. You had a contract, Ms. White, and you breached your obligations by failing to pay the remaining of the money. So based on that, I will rule in favor of the plaintiff and award the plaintiff $3,000, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $3,000.
I'm glad the judge was able to see my side because I deserve to get paid. There was a contract and it is only right that I get my money back.
I understand and respect the judge's decision, but at the same time I feel like I was lied to and defrauded out of that money.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.